came by your own vehicle? Point many. Few days back, I read a post on Facebook. 30 things you should achieve before you turn 30. One among them was, you should have your own vehicle. Be it a bicycle, bike, car, whatever, doesn't matter. But you should be the owner. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
I decided to buy a two-wheeler. Not because I'll turn 30 soon, but because of this less frequent public transport in Mysore. 10 months back, I landed in Mysore. And since then, every single day, I had to wait for a minimum of 1 to 1.5 hours for bus. As we all know, time is money. And paisa hat ka main, that is, money is disposable. So I thought, I'll dispose some money to buy a vehicle for me and save time. So after all the research done, thinking about all the pros and cons, I decided to buy Hero Pleasure. Now the irony was, I didn't know how to ride. But I think this is something I learned from Toastmasters. Even if you have no idea how to do it, we still take an attempt, like we do in Toastmasters, tabletop session. Even if you have no idea what the topic is all about, we blabber for minimum of 1 minute. So, after buying my vehicle, and well, it was not really my mistake that I didn't know how to ride, because back then, when I was in college, during one of my holidays, my dad asked me, why don't you learn riding a bike? I thought, since he's insisting so much, what's wrong with it? My dad took me to an open space meant for riding and driving learners enthusiasts, made me to wear the helmet, explained me about the kickstart, the accelerator, the clutch and gears, and the brake of course, and said, go. I said, what? Aren't you supposed to sit behind and teach me how to ride? He said, no, I'm not going to sit behind. I said, fine. Then I'm not going to learn how to ride. Full stop. End of the story. Now, after buying my Rampyari, my new vehicle, I call it Rampyari. So after buying it, one of my friends was kind enough, or I would rather say daring enough, to sit behind and teach me how to ride. And much to my relief, my Rampyari doesn't have a gear. It's a gearless bike. So he just explained me about the self-start, the accelerator, the brakes, and said, let's go. I started it, accelerated, and then whoosh. And wow, I was finally riding a two-wheeler. After 2 days, I thought I have transcended. And I can ride it all alone. Why do I need my friend now? I took out my scooter, started it, accelerated, again, and wow, I was actually able to ride all alone. Finally, I reached a dead end, and I had to take a U-turn. My friend taught me how to take a U-turn, but guess what? I couldn't take the balance. But I have a solution to every problem. You know what I do now whenever I have to take a U-turn? I get out the vehicle, turn the vehicle, sit, and go. See how simple it is, isn't it? Now, my first ride on my vehicle, all alone, was successful. The very next day, we planned for a movie to our very own DRC. I took out the scooter again. I was riding peacefully, lost in my thoughts, and suddenly I applied brake. And I was this close to a KSRTC bus. All the people around me were baffled. The driver was nodding at me in disgust. I was embarrassed, but relaxed at the same time, because my face was covered, so no one will be able to recognize me. After that, I started a scooter again and disappeared from the venue as fast as I could. On the way, I met a friend. He asked me, your headlight of your vehicle is on. Switch it off. junction for the public transport in Mysore. I know how to take a U-turn. I know how to switch on and switch off the ignition and the headlights. And most importantly, I know how to honk, beep, 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 which actually means get off my way or you are in danger. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, now if you ever see a girl riding from perky purple hero pleasure, covered her face like this, don't get scared, because this story is 3 months old. Now she knows how to ride, so you are safe around her. Be safe, ride safe.